executive consultants, you're welcome. In our previous video, we saw how to navigate through through the QuickBooks. We looked at the different task bars, and then we explained the different items that make up the dashboard. That is the customer, the suppliers, employees, company, and bank. And we had said that in this next video, we'll be looking at the chart of accounts. So we are going to open our account, our bank, our company that we created from the beginning, and we will see what is under or what is done under the chart of accounts. Executive consultants, you're welcome. Okay, so when I open our company, the executive firm, you can see that what we had set as preferences are still running unless if we decide to change them. And that is specifically going to be on you, the person running or the administrator running the company's book, the company's QuickBooks account. So we'll maintain it at that, and we go into what we want to look at today, and that is the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts has three items. That is the account, the activities, and reports. We are going to spend much time on account, as the rest of the two items are simply basically a run through. So we'll look here because it is the most important area, and that is the account. It has a lot of sub items, but we are going to look at specifically four of them. That is new, edit account, delete account, and make account inactive. What do they mean? Let's start with making an account inactive. Making an account inactive is to simply put it off on the accounts. Why do you want to put off on accounts? Perhaps you have you've created an account, you've put in figures already, and you want to do away with the account because it is probably going to confuse you or to mislead you as you're carrying out transactions, and you don't want to appear here. Or if you want to do away with any of these predetermined accounts by the system, then you can come and you delete that account. So you make that account inactive. But I must tell you that you will only make the account inactive, or it will only be best for you to make the account inactive if it cannot be deleted. Therefore, what does deleting of an account mean? Deleting of an account is simply you deleting and doing away totally with the account. But I must caution you that before you think of deleting an account, that account has to be one that you have not put data in. Because the moment you put data into an account, it will not be able to be deleted. So making an account and deleting of an account are two different sub items. One will enable you to delete an account that has not been fed with data, and one will make you make an account that has been fed with data disappear. Like we'll get to see, for example, if I want to make let me just pick any account, let's say land. I want to make this account inactive or delete it. So you see, I can delete this account because it has nothing. And I can still make this account inactive because it also has nothing there. But then when we create a new account, like we are going to see, we are going to realize that when you create a new account, it will not be able to be deleted, especially if we have put in values or data. So under new, we'll press here and they are going to bring the different accounts. These different accounts are already predetermined, and the mere fact that this is an accounting software, it has you covered with all the different accounts. And if one that you're looking for is not among these, then you can simply come and you look up here. Chances are high that you will definitely find one here. So let us try to see how to create a new account. Let us presume that we are creating a bank account, and you can see the moment you press on any account, QuickBooks gives you the different accounts they expect you to create under this particular account that you have selected. So we will say our account name will be, let's say, Centenary. Centenary, a moment. We'll say Centenary Bank, and we can make it a sub account of let's call it cash. Let's call it cash at hand. Cash at hand. And you see, when the moment I put in cash at, sorry, it's supposed to be cash at bank. Sorry about that. Cash at bank. And the moment I do that, they are telling me that cash at bank is an inactive element. Would you like to use it once, make it active? So I will say, make it active. So when I do that, then it will come here. But perhaps I didn't want to make this account of mine any to do with the sub account. And it is just a Centenary Bank, but it is not of a Ugandan currency. I will simply come and I select perhaps it is in, let me select any other currency. Let's say it is in US dollars. So if I've selected US dollars, then they will ask me to put in the opening balances. Now, opening balances is going to be if you have been in operation. For example, you are in operation in the last financial year, and in this new financial year, which we started as 1st July, or July in particular, and you would want to put in the figures that were that your financial reports for the last financial year stopped at, then you would put here those statement ending balance. For example, if they say, if you went to the bank and the bank told you you had perhaps let's say 4,000 US dollars, and then the date for that date, that would be 30th June, because that is our statement ending date. Now here they are going to ask us the statement exchange rate. Now these rates keep on changing, so you will see us still keeping on changing them with later time if we come across a transaction that might require us to use one of our account. So I will say perhaps the rate is 4,000 Ugandan shillings. So if I press OK, then that means I will have been already in operations, and this would be very okay. But if I did not have a balance before my QuickBooks start date, then I should click cancel, and then I will use transactions later on to put money into this account. So allow me simply say cancel, and we will see when to put money there. So I will say save and close. So when I save and close, you can see that we have a bank. We have a name account, which is Centenary, it is bank, and we can see the currency is US dollar, and our balance total is zeros. So that is how we create a company, sorry, an account. So it is very, very paramount for you to know what type of account are you going to create. It will be absurd for you to come under incomes and then you put their expenses. So the good thing is with QuickBooks, the moment I press on income, they are going to put they are going to bring me the different items that they expect me to have under that particular account. If I press fixed assets, let's say I'm going to create one, then that is going to be maybe plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. And I can choose to say maybe it's going to be fixed assets. Fixed assets. And the moment I do that, the system will tell me it's not there. Because remember, you're creating your own. You're not using what the system is giving you. So when I say setup, they'll bring the setup bit of it, and I'll simply say save and close. So that means I have now plant and machinery, which has no ending opening balances. And if it had, I would simply put, let's say 5 million, and I would put as of. Remember, when it is with the banks or with the money, you're going to realize that they are going to tell us the ending date. But when it comes to assets, these are different assets, like the fixed assets in particular, they are going to ask us as of. That means it is going, if we are to select as of, we will go back and we select when we started our financial year as of 1st July 2021. And we would say, okay, but because we do not own any asset before our QuickBooks, so we'll still say cancel. And then we'll simply say save and close. So we have created 2 accounts and we want maybe to edit one of them. Perhaps our plant and machinery, we forgot and we, instead of saying plant alone, we said plant and machinery. So let's call it only machinery. So you can see that we are able to edit. So that is how we edit. And we can still go ahead to delete. Why? Because there are no values that we've put in. For example, if I press delete, they're going to ask me if I want to delete. And because I know we'll be using these accounts later on for our subsequent videos, I will say cancel. So that is what is done under accounts. Under the activities, we are going to see things like writing of checks, making deposits, general journals, entries, transfer of funds, working trial balance, and we'll be seeing when we begin carrying out transactions. So basically, under activities, we'll be basically doing the different transactions, like you can see them here. And when it comes to the reports, the moment I press on a quick report, you're going to see that when I press on quick report, it is only going to give me report concerning machinery alone. But if I come and I say reports on all accounts, then they are going to bring for us the final financial statements, and that is the cash flow statement, the balance sheet, and the P and L. So we will be able to view all that when we move on from probably chart of accounts. We'll then go and then we try to put in items. We then begin carrying out transactions for us to have a feel of how these different reports appear under QuickBooks. So we've looked at chart of accounts today. The following lecture will be looking at items and services. Executive consultants, good evening.